unheard. This is the Morning Express on mainland 98.3 FM.
Welcome on board the Morning Express.
Good morning.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. This is still the Morning Express on mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos. My name is M쏘ɪᴜᴜ. We're here to take your opinions on the many stories that have been reviewed this morning. And I know that you're very interested in commenting on the bulk of the conversation we've had. But as I mentioned earlier, once it's time for Mainland Focus, we might not have the luxury of time to accommodate every single thought and every single story that has been addressed, which is why we select two very necessary, important stories and allow you an opportunity to opine on selected stories. For what side, we join us very briefly for the first, say, 3 to 5 minutes, just to sort of reiterate the points he had made earlier regarding the selected stories. And at that point, we open the phone. Name is Sage Babalola. So when you call me, do well to introduce yourself so I know who's speaking and I can attribute the comments made to a particular person. Tell me where you're calling from as well so we can establish our reach, and then you proceed to tell me what you think about the stories that have been selected. There's 2 stories for further discuss this morning on Mainland Focus. We're talking about ⴤ and the many had come out to say that they applied for this loan whilst they were still actively in school, but they did not get a response until after they had graduated. They had found alternative ways to pay their school fees, only to realize months after that the fund they had applied for has indeed been questions around the deductions or the alleged deductions that are being made by certain institutions, illegal deductions that are being made by several institutions. How certain individuals have found way to circumvent that particular structure to manipulate and make funds or enjoy benefits from the loan funds that primarily was supposed to take care of the needs of students in against the universities that have been making illegal deductions from the funds paid. Also, what are your thoughts about this alarm that has been raised by ex-students that they have graduated from school? Yes, they applied for the loan, but the loan didn't get to them until they graduated, and now they're realizing that the loan has been enjoyed that particular loan. They applied for it, it didn't get to them before they graduated, they paid their school fees themselves, and then now they realize that the funds have been the federal government that particular loan, considering the fact that the student that applied for it has found an alternative and has graduated. And also, in what way can we ensure a proper management and transparency? Newspaper was released to students. There are questions: where is the 71 billion naira from the amount that was disbursed? So like I said, what are your thoughts about the allegations that have been leveled? What are your thoughts regarding the repayment plan, especially for the students who did not get that loan but found out that the loan was disbursed to their universities at the even if they did not enjoy it before they graduated? How do we ensure transparency? How do we ensure a structure that allows? Well, the other story that we're talking about is the 4 trillion naira loan that is owed to the GENCOs, and also the fact that the Minister of Power 1.something trillion naira as well that is it. So there's another found an alternative. The federal government is, or at least, well, Aso Rock is intending to build solar so that they can be off the national grid. If since they are no longer bedeviled by the constant grid collapse, amongst other things, and the poor power supply, they would not be bothered about what's going on within the power sector. Where the Minister for Power, Adebayo Adelabu, is saying that we are on this note to offset this debt. Hopefully, we're able to take care of the problem. So let's ask questions. In what ways or how do they intend to raise the money, especially with the band system? Would it mean that we would have to pay more so that they're moving forward if they are unable to take care of it? What would be the consequences of the debt crisis on electricity supply and also the tariff rates for consumers in Nigeria? Those are very briefly talk to him on this controversy around ⴤ fund and also the position of the federal government about the 4 trillion naira debt that is being owed to the GENCOs and the promise of the government to offset in the country. 0913-6000410 is the number to dial. 091 via our WhatsApp number 0913-6000430. We're also streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube, so please buy our book. Fuad, are you with us? Good morning.
Yeah, I'm with you, Sage.
All right, please go ahead.
Okay, well, on the issue of ⴤ funds, think that, look, because it's a fresh program, I told you earlier in the morning, I think that Mr. M쏘ɪᴜᴅ would have to do a lot of work. Who got approval to get the loan, but who somehow found ways of paying the money? What then happens to them? Are they going to move the monies to some other students, or they will refund those ones? Because applying for loan means other means. Would you get a refund, for example, or the loans will still be left in the hands of the school so that it can be used for other students? So they need to tidy that up. It's looking very untidy to show that, look, this was deliberate and it was intended to circumvent the entire process. But I think that, look, because it's a new program, we might have this kind of glitches. It's not learning. The nail fund thing is not a complete solution. It's not even a solution to getting our children get affordable and qualitative tertiary education. It's just almost like, can they just do the right thing? And if the SEC thinks that there are corrupt practices attached to this program already, let us have a thorough investigation and prosecution of anybody that is found culpable. If you understand what I'm saying. And to the other issue of hoping that more Nigerians will not be forced on that band A. As we speak, that band A has become a lot of problem for a lot of people. Businesses are closing down. As I speak to you, there are people, because of the fact that they were forced to migrate on band A. How are you on band A as a business, for example, and you still have to run on 2 generators as backup? What kind of band A is that? Nigeria will tell you that, look, should we be talking about service-effective tariff or a cost-effective tariff? And I will always continue to probe how we arrive at some of this money. We are still being told, despite the band A arrangement, that electricity is still being subsidized for the people. That's why we have a whole 2 trillion owed in 2024 alone, and a 1.9 trillion there for years. What exactly are we subsidizing? How are we getting this calculation from those supplying gas to those generating light to the transmission people to distribution people? Where is this money coming from? What exactly are we paying for? Who is calculating it? How are we arriving at these figures? And then to pay, the government, whether it is through promising notice, they're going to borrow, beg, or steal. To pay, they have to pay. But not to put more burden on the people. That's what we're saying. Already, Nigerians are already killed the people. God bless Nigeria. And then one of my boss said I should buy you coal.
When you come, I'll tell you.
Okay, all right.
But I'd be classy. Bye-bye. Let me talk to our people. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you for the kind words. All right, let's open the phone lines to hear what you have to say. Also, if you would like to comment on the whole refinery issue as well, I think we should, because I don't believe that last week we really had an opportunity to dissect that of power that we rely on, which is the use of PMS. There's problem within that sector as well. So you can link it. You can link what's going on in the power sector, the debt being owed to the Genco's 4 trillion naira, the fact that our refineries are borderline non-functioning of its refinery. So where do we look to? And we have an Asarok that is saying that, we'll just go and build solar for ourselves. We don't have time. So those are the stories that we have for you. We're talking Nel Fund. We're also talking the power sector, amongst other things, and all the controversy that have bedeviled the disbursement of the applied for the loans, are finding out that the loans were eventually disbursed to their university. Are they still expected to pay these loans? Are the universities expected to read? But only about 28 billion from that money was released. And so where is the over 70 billion naira that was released for this particular loan? These are the stories for conversations. Let me know what you think. 09136000430. Please let me know what your name is, where you're calling from. Let's have a conversation. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
This is Okangelina. I saw their director or managing director coming the other day on television to say that that report is not true, that no money is missing and all that. Even the ICPC were also saying that they made a mistake. So I see everything as a cover-up. They know what they are doing. But for a student, in 1 full month, how much are they feeding their dogs in their own government house month? You understand? No, it's not even 100,000. 100,000 cannot even in this night enough. Why can't you tell him the truth? How much are they feeding their dogs?
Thank you for calling.
So I think that thing is just useless to me. Don't give my son any money and say 20,000. I won't even take it. So So none of my children will go and take that kind of risk. Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. You have a splendid day. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good morning to you. With you, what was that?
About the fund or something like that, the amount.
Okay.
Government before they've not been paying this money. And to me, it's still okay. And we should appreciate and even call them to encourage them to do more. Not to condemn everything that comes. Government were there before, were they paying it? It's well with us in this country. That's why I say it's well with us. Thank you, my God. God bless you.
And you too. Thank you very much. Hello.
Hello, Babalola. Good morning.
Morning to you, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. And you?
Well, no.
Peter Omonse is my name from Somodu. The government before were not paying it, but Nigerian parents had the freedom of going to farm. They work. My father trained us with the money he derived from farm produce. But today, can Nigerian parents go to farm and use the money to train their children? The answer is no. Because this government has bastardized everything. And then they decided to be giving us of this, bring tears from people's house. It's rubbish now. Don't tell me that. The point for me remains that they should investigate. Why were those monies not remitted or not disbursed to the students before now? My sister, have you forgotten what MENA did with the pension fund? Have you forgotten what somebody did during a COVID-19 money they gave to buy food for children? When the children were at home, they were spending such amounts to feed children. See, Nigerians, where's the way out? And you yourself, you are saying that in the Genco, this money, we will get a better power supply if they pay them this money. Oh, we get better power supply. Let me tell you, and that's fraudulent. It's not meant to give you life. It's meant to export Nigerians.
Right.
So, it's not even my credit too.
Credit leave. I can't see the numbers anymore because other messages will come. I'll take your number now, so I'll send it to you.
Okay, no, this number is not what I use it for.
Okay, would you send it to me on WhatsApp then?
I will send it on WhatsApp again for you.
Yes, thank you. Sorry about that.
I do not like it. I've been saying it. People who know my voice know that Madam needs to say this thing. When we were going to school, people were on scholarship. People whose parents were not paying. They were on scholarship. I have federal government scholarship or oil company scholarship like I give, Shell, Mobi, oil. They give that scholarship. Why don't you give proper scholarship? Instead of people be giving handouts, what is 20,000? Somebody like my father was trained by to come and teach the people the system. You were taught over there. That is how supposed to give somebody scholarship. Not this nonsense they're doing. That's what kind of handout. What is 20,000 supposed to do? For God's sake. If you want to give scholarship, take scholarship for God's sake. Okay. Good morning.
All right. We appreciate you for your insight. I'll go back to taking phone calls, but I'd also like to announce that as well. Across all the programs, you would hear about it. May 31st, 2025 is a Saturday. We're having our Mainland FM Kiddies Party. It's just 3,000 naira for the ticket, and 3,000 naira is a reasonable amount for all the many goodies that we have for the children. Face painting, a bouncing castle, would have mascots here as well, and also girls themselves that can relate to Mama Rainbow will be there. There'll be time for pictures. You'd have conversations one-on-one. Also, we also have the charming. So there's beautiful things for the kids: ice cream, food, games. And instead of paying the 3,000 naira for each child, we can always work out a negotiation so that all your children can come. A family discount is what we're offering. Would also have, if your child also giving you an opportunity to do that. And more interestingly, we're going to have at least a few of those children come live into the studio to talk to people. Think of it as the children hosting their own special Children's Day program on radio. All this for just 3,000 naira per children. So if you would like to purchase the ticket, you can call the number 091406591. Again, 0708 040 6591. That's where you get all your inquiries and also how you can pay for your children. There's also an opportunity for vendors to have a stand there so you can sell to the children. Your profit is yours, right? Whatever you sell, your profit is yours, but you can come there and do business. So I think that this is a very, very good opportunity for you to bring your children to a media and also Gloria Young and Ozie. Let's get back to the conversation. It's still mainland focused. We are talking Nel Fund and we're talking the state of power, and is indeed struggling for his refinery to stay afloat because of the many issues that bedevil that particular sector. Call us 0913600410. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
One of my friend Fouad.
He's doing good as well.
Okay. This is Barrister Peter Oku. I'm calling from Mende, Maryland.
Yes.
Yes, on the issues we are focusing on. First of all, on the NEFUND issue, I am not at all surprised because anything in this country is synonymous with corruption. Corruption is the bane of Nigeria. That is why we are not going anywhere. Not shown any intention to fight corruption because they are very corrupt themselves. You know, you can imagine Buhari, Bola Tinubu told us that Buhari left an empty treasury. Up till now, he has not summoned the boldness to probe Buhari. Instead, they are taxing Nigerians to death that are found to be guilty, you know, on this NEFUND thing. They should go to jail because it's fraud. It's fraud. And we cannot be playing games with fraud. Because the same thing, you know, the presidency wants to get a 10 billion solar, you know, because it's animal farm. We are not going to allow it. This is not going to be national.
Thank you.
That is my submission.
All right. You have a beautiful morning. Thank you so much for calling. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello, Sage.
Good morning. Good morning to you.
Yeah, this is Mr. from Journalist Estate.
Yes, welcome.
Yeah, first, I called to say, well, I'm not surprised about what is happening. Those days when I used to be student activist in the university, the fund issue and all that, by now everybody would have stormed the campus all over the federation. I've stormed them above 60 now. Well, let them continue. We need somebody like Rollins one day. I believe it will happen while I'm still alive. Then, Madam Ife, this is Mr. Sasso, the former parliamentarian from the Member Stage.
All right, then. Let's take another phone call before I move to messages. 0913600410 is the studio line. We also have our WhatsApp platform available for the do well to drop your submission on those platforms. Mainland 98.3 FM is how you find us. Hello.
Hello, good morning. As far as I'm concerned, my phone is very good on paper. But in practice, because of the brouhaha, it seems to be bad. Because now, to siphon money and, of course, to the universities. So it's very important are put in place to make it workable. So that is that. They did not get the loan until they left school, but the upkeep we are giving to them. So I think they should pay the upkeep that they are giving, you understand. Then as for the 4 trillion naira owed by the government to the Gencos, I think the government should pay this money without, making the masses to pay it directly or indirectly, or to pay some of it directly or indirectly, also work or not. They should pay this trillion naira so that to make our electricity generation to work. And we should have more megawatts of electricity, for God's sake, instead of talking about unnecessary debt, that they may finally transfer to the masses That is my own submission for now. Thank you.
Yes, we appreciate you for your submission. Let me read a few messages we have here. I greet you, Sage and Mr. Fuad. I'm Engineer Salako Kazim. Student loan is a scam. Right from the time, name one thing that happens immediately after it is being pronounced. The fund lack transparency, just like the coastal roads. Nothing is different with all the shenanigans in this administration. Ourselves there. We were uninformed. Okay, thank you very much, Engineer Salako. It went... All right. The story about the power sector, energy, it's all into his boys without probing the person he served under as Minister of Petroleum. It will amount to a waste of time and great injustice. We called for Buhari to drop his position as petroleum. Buhari and his energy ministers are supposed to be in jail with the gross mismanagement of both the petroleum sector and the energy sector. The petroleum ministry is suffering in the same manner presently it did under Buhari. So if President Tinubu is serious with the cleanup of Nigeria, let him show it by Morning Mainland FM. The issue of electricity is the same thing as NNPC and the petroleum system. There's no transparency and accountability in these sectors, the Band A, Band B, and N. This Tinubu Educational Loan Fund program is completely ill-planned, ill-conceived, and is nothing but a conduit pipe to siphon funds that should be used for development. Even the amount in question is demeaning and ridiculous. Forget about the student loan because nothing will happen to those people if they're found guilty. Anything about corruption, forget about it. And I stand to be corrected. President Tinubu will not fight corruption. Engineer Bonnie from Alimosho, okay? Good morning to you. To be honest with you, this is another strategy to enrich and pay back to them, those that assist in the rigging of election. The student loan, I laugh at it. Madu from Ayobo would find a way to circumvent the process. I think school authorities should be held accountable. It's absurd to disburse funds after a student has left school and expect them to repay the loans for services that they did not benefit from. The Dangote issue also comes to mind, where some individuals seem determined to import fuel to undermine Dangote's effort. The electrician still owe. Nigeria can be quite perplexing. Ifeanyi Nwegbu from Igondo. John from Ijani came with a message, says that now fund we're talking to you, we are on band A, yet we barely have 10 hours of power supply. I'm going back to the phones now, 0913600410. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. I just want to tell President Tinubu, please, I know you have good intentions, but these people you are recruiting, some of them are not, it's almost as if they are not prepared for this kind of task. You know, don't play politics with them.
It was actually pulled from the start. I'll call me back, all right? Joshua. Hello.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Lucky from Yanakba. So I'm with people like this man from Egbeda, people that are speaking truth for power areas. I have to appreciate that because somebody called this morning. He said we should give we don't appreciate that they give students 20,000 is not enough. Imagine. I don't know where we are going to remove our tribalism from our place. Now you call you slave poverty for everybody. You don't bring it 20,000. You'll be like you collect 100,000. People they are doing only Scotland. Look at Imagine. They say this is the next one that they are going to give it to nobody have done it. See the end of that. Where is the money we are talking? See, when you started, anything you start with lie, you will take another 10 million to complete that lie. No matter you support this bad government, highest 4 years or 8 years, they will leave office. When that person enter, let us hear as they are going to talk through to the power. Thank you.
You have a great day. Thank you very much. Hello. Hello.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Good morning to you.
Thank you. My name is Prince Warren. Calling you from Amuodofi. Sage.
Yes.
You see what is happening now? Mr. President told the right thing. Tesla, who they speak, we think they will do it better. Look how it is going on now. All those are informed. From that is committees that handle the matter. When we have a better program that can help the poor, the children of the poor, but we are educated. We know education is life. When you are educated, I tell you, you can be in any position in your life. But when someone want to deprive these people from being educated, and the corruption because of the what we are facing today, they must fit them out, pay them to special course that don't try them and give the money and make the money go to do. I want to advise. You shouldn't give money to those who are about to pass out. Give it to those who want to start from the 100 level to 400 level. That is it. Somebody want to pass and give him the money. Where the money go to? That was for them. And for the next NEPA, Mr. President, give 4 trillion must be paid. Any ministry that you owe money, man, what you want you to succeed, that's why I'm giving you very good advice. Good morning to you, my dearest lady.
All right, then have a great day. Hello.
Yeah, lady say. Sorry, this is Ġeģe.
Okay, welcome back. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. But please, if you have to sack anybody now in some of all these agencies, whether NNPC, if you want to prove anybody, if you have to probe anybody over some billions, even some millions, probe them, drag them. You understand? Stop them so that don't waste after 20 your legacy. You know, I understand that he has good intentions, all this net one and all that. These are good policies. But then the people you are recruiting, they are not performing their duty.
Thank you very much for calling. Hello.
Hello, good morning, Madam Sheikh.
Yes, good morning to you.
Yes, Canada from Malaba.
Welcome.
I totally agree with Ġeģe. I think we are playing with everything in this country. Student loan, it's a complete scam. Why are we going to watch it? In fact, I see this country as if we're just moving around circle. When are we going to watch? For what? In this present economy? That's too bad. And on issues of electricity and the oil sector, a lot of things are going down there, Madam State. See, in fact, I would like NNPC to bring out all their documents to the public. And let's actually check everything. A lot of billions, trillions have been actually on cell phone, but stealing. But in that sector, like I said, let him probe, let him prosecute. We need to wake up the end of our life. Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you too. Have a great morning. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Morning. Hello, Yusuf.
Yes.
Say, I think there's a confusion as regards the student loan somewhere. I think the body of university, they're not deducting anything. So I think it's easy. And some students are claiming that, look, this thing is there. With some of them have received, there's no problem, this and that. I think it's now left to the Minister of Education to see. So whom do we believe? So this is the issue. So that is why I said Nigeria needs a clarity on that. The president has done his own part. You know, he needs also, we are confused about implementation. So that is why I said there's supposed to be a clarity on this issue of government ministry, Air Force, military, etc., etc. So what is happening? Are they not having their budget? If it's in Nigeria, have a nice day.
Yes. All right. Hello. Hello. Yes.
I think I align and concur with Ġeģe completely. One of the items having 80 billion in his account. You come to the electricity sector, everything, the operation is shrouded in mystery. No transparency, no accountability, no probity. The president for or against, negative and positive. When you leave office, what will be said of you? After you must have left office. If you think about it, if you have a good design, a job that there for you to maintain, because you are one of those that said he has political sagacity. Yes, he has it. But to what extent? He should be introspective. Look inward. And do the needful. Track whoever is that you are.
Much for calling. I will soon go back to taking messages. And if you're just joining us, this is Mainland that has bedeviled the whole NEL Fund initiative. We have, because it was not disbursed on time, they had paid their school fees themselves, and they have in fact graduated, only to find out that the loan they applied for, whilst they were still seen as the students who applied for them, have graduated. Are the students still expected to pay for a loan they applied for, even if they did not enjoy the benefit of that particular loan? How can we ensure transparency with this particular initiative? Mind you, there's release to students. There's still a lot of questions about where the remaining 71 billion. They're not involving themselves in media trial. They're simply just announcing to Nigerians what the financial trail has been, what the money trail has been. And their reports remain the same, that there are still investigations going on about where the money has gone to, at least 71 billion of the 100 billion. And there's the questions around the students as well. What do we do to ensure transparency for this NEL Fund initiative, this student loan? Nobody is allowed an opportunity to circumvent and deduct illegally from that particular fund. Also, we brought to the power, Adebayo Adelabu is saying that, well, we will pay part of the money and we would take care of the rest using some financial instruments like promissory notes, so that at least there is no collapse. Brings us back to the conversation of the solar alternative that the villa has turned to. Now that the villa is choosing to opt for alternative power, would they still pay attention to the national grid and the debt owed to the GENCOs? Who are those owing the GENCOs? Would part payment be enough to take care of the existing problem we have with our national grid and the generating companies? Now that we don't even have enough information about the functionality of the refineries, and even Dangote is crying out that his refinery is going through a difficult time. If we aggregate all of this together, what does this mean for the power sector in our 000410? Send a message via WhatsApp or via text 0913 6000 430. Hello, good morning to you. What is your name?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Robert. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. You know, in Nigeria, if big man thief money, you see, the system that we operate here creates room for stealing. Let me put it that way. Say, don't be surprised. Okay, look at it now. And last week, like John said, we read on newspaper that the money meant for the appeal of Port Harcourt refinery and what is something like about 90 billion, was found in somebody's account. Among those people that were tackled, these Ķare boys, 90 billion. So the issue is that if you even look at this GENCO, what are you calling it? The same corruption. Are we not paying our bill? Go to education, net fund. You appropriate money for students, somebody keep it, divert it to his own country or whatever. If you carry them to court, my sister, they will do plea bargain. You understand? Big thieves, they always do plea bargain in court. And they will let them out of good and end though. Nothing will end, the thing will continue. Thank you very much.
All right then. Hello.
Hello, good morning. All this loan late disbursement. The question is, where was that money all the while in their favor? In Nigeria, what we are dealing with is massive corruption. Okay, now, can you tell me, if you have a cat, can you keep a fish? Can you keep it with that cat and tell that cat to keep that, and you expect that you go and come back? What is needed is that, assuming we have a president, that for that kind of thing, you must be hands-on. You understand? Look at the people surrounding him. See, people that are offering their advice, well, they have their advice, but they are just wasting their advice. Because, it's in the power sector, GENCO, they say somebody, they are going to enter all is corruption. Once somebody comes in, we need somebody that is a disciplined leader. Once that person comes in and starts, giving punitive measures, we are not ready at all. We are not ready. Thank you, Sir.
All right, then. We have, okay, let's see. Hello. Hello? Oh, okay. They don't understand or they don't have the number, and I should call the numbers more slowly. That's why I keep repeating the numbers. One call. Please pardon me. Hello? Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Yes, my name is Dr.
All right.
I'm calling you from Osaka, Japan.
Yeah, is it possible for you to please, we can't hear you.
Okay, let me speak up.
Yes.
Okay, because I'm in the office here in Japan.
I understand. Yeah, go ahead, please.
All right. Thank you. Nice job always. See, I have a question to Nigeria, and my question is simple. What is it that was bastardized that is being dished out of Nigeria? Hearing it over here breaks my heart. See, are you not saying that it's confusion galore? The Nel Fund, every one of us celebrated. Come to see what is going on in our office. See, before now, the civil servants in Nigeria can save money and pay their children's school fees. Okay? The people who sell bori on the road can also save money and pay their children's school fees. And Nigerians are now being advised to celebrate 20,000 naira. Isn't that a time we start asking these people questions? Band A, Band B, Band C is one of the things that made me left Nigeria. Simply because I can't pay the kind of money they are charging me in my establishment. I have to put all my workers on hold and left over here. It's not that I'm enjoying it. Yes, I'm living the best of my life here. But what about the people back home? It's unfortunate. I think it's high time we start asking questions and stop celebrating mediocrity.
Thank you for calling. Yes. Hello. Yes, good morning to you.
Good morning. This is Samuel calling from Ojoduberga.
All right, welcome.
Yes, quickly, Sage. Like Barrister Curtis we said, we elected people to come and solve our problem. Where is the relief? We can continue deceiving ourselves, and the praise singers can continue singing their praises. You understand? Like some of them that we said, anything that the government do, whether it's bad or it's good, is okay for them. You understand? See, what is the